What's up, y'all? It's your boy JKG. We are back with some more Diablo 4 videos here for you guys. Full transparency, I recorded this video this morning, put it up. Wasn't really happy with it after I did it. So I wanted to kind of bring it back and kind of condense it down into what I'm going to call a top 5. We'll call it a top 5 things. There are just 5 or 6 little tips and tricks here if you're brand new to Diablo 4, and some of the things that maybe will help a brand new player if you've never played Diablo 4, if you never played the betas, if stuff like that. So I don't claim to be any kind of an expert on on the game. This is just kind of some of the things that I've seen from myself and my experience, as well as some of my friends' experience as well. And with today being the full launch of the game, for everybody that didn't pre-order the game. So you're going to see a lot of these videos from a lot of different people, some people with a lot more knowledge and a lot more, a bigger list. I just want to keep it short and sweet here for you guys. So first things first, we're going to just jump right into it, guys. First things first, lower your settings if you're getting stuttering. So if you're running around town, in town, you're going to always kind of usually have a little bit of stuttering just because a lot of people are going to be congregating there. If you're out in the open world and you're just cruising around, walking around and everything like that, doing your missions and stuff, when you start getting a lot of stutters, don't hesitate and don't hesitate to drop your settings. I'm going to be looking over here. So come in here, check your settings, whatever you can do. Limit FPS, take off VSync, take off lighting, take off shadows, put everything down to low if you need to. Don't have an ego with your machine. My PC did fine in the beta, but with the full game build, it actually struggled during the pre-order weekend here, the early release weekend. I was getting a lot of disconnects and a lot of stuttering. Got a couple blue screens and stuff like that. So definitely, if you are having any issues, don't have an ego about that. Number 2, this isn't really a tip or a trick or anything like that, but this is just for everybody. Everybody wants their mount, right? Everybody wants their horse. You're going to get your mount after doing the Donin's Favor mission. I believe it is the end of Act 3 going into Act 4, where you're going to get that horse. Once you get that horse, the map opens up. If you've only played the beta, I'm going to hop out of here. If you've only played the beta, then you know we have like the Kyovashad area. I think we were able to get some of this Skosglen area and the Fractured Peaks, and that was pretty much the gist of the map. This little area right around here was, for the most part, the map that we had in the beta. I know we had some of the area around here was open, but you can kind of see the horse comes in handy because this map is absolutely massive. So you have PvP zones down here, which I don't believe you have to like if you're in the zone, it's not like it, at least in my experience so far. I don't really care too much about PvP. But for my experience so far, when you're in the zone, you're just kind of in the zone. You have to mark yourself to participate in actual PvP. At least that's what it's kind of seemed like so far. Haven't really done a whole deep dive and looked into that and researched it, to be completely honest, so don't take my word for it, but that's just my experience so far. Or people are just, don't care to fight me. so we'll see with that one. Number 3, we're going to come back into our settings menu for this one. This one is going to be over here on gameplay, I believe it is. Yes, gameplay. This is actually probably the most important of all of these little tips, tricks, whatever you want to call them here, for this video. This is, there's 2 of them, and I'm putting them into one. This is the most important thing. Advanced tooltip compare and advanced tooltip information. And actually, my camera is in front of it, so let me move myself over to the right here. But you kind of see advanced tooltip compare and advanced tooltip information. If we leave this here, let's come into our inventory, and I'll show you what that means. So if you've never played this game, didn't play the betas, you kind of have this right here. So you can kind of see, I'm not going to be able to use my cursor, but you can kind of see it'll have like 976 armor, minus 182. That's just the basic information. The next portion, we'll just use this one top line, 9% plus 9% weapon mastery damage skill. And so that's you're getting a plus 9% on this piece of gear here for you. However, in the brackets below that, it does have a range from 8.5 to 12%. So you can see 8.5 is the lowest we can have on this piece of gear, and 12% is the highest we can have. So the 9% is all the way towards the bottom. So typically that's not going to be like a god tier piece of gear that you're going to want to really invest in, level up, imprint, all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the things right there. And then also we have the compare, and on the compare, this is where we get down here like towards the bottom. You can see properties when lost, or properties lost when equipped. You know, you have that and all of that kind of stuff. So you can kind of see these two go hand in hand, advanced tooltip information and advanced tooltip, what is it called? Advanced tooltip compare and information. So we're getting the information in the brackets, and then when we go to compare, we're actually getting, you know, to see what we're going to lose off of that new piece when we equip it. So those are really, really big ones here for you. If you take nothing away from this, take those two away, and you're going to have a much smoother time when it comes to upgrading your gear and stuff like that. Next on the list is HUD movement. So the HUD movement is one. This one's kind of goofy, to be completely honest. We have our HUD down here with our skills and everything like that. We can actually come in here under options, and I do believe it is under gameplay. HUD configuration. It defaults to centered. You can put it in the left corner, like if you are an FPS player and stuff like that. You can kind of see we have our healing, we have our fury, all of our skills are lined up right here. So we have that available to us, and then it's not something I personally like. I like it in the middle. It just seems kind of in everything in order. But if you do prefer everything all bunched up on the left hand side for whatever reason, by all means go ahead and do that. The other one, the last real tip that I have for you guys, I have one honorable mention after this, but the last tip that I have for you guys is don't upgrade too early. I know we have there is one of the missions that we have to go through where we go in and we upgrade one piece of armor. I personally wouldn't recommend upgrading any armor until you finish the story mode, and you're actually and then leveling up, and whether you're in veteran or world tier 1, I would recommend after you do your capstone dungeon and you're unlocking world tier 3, once you start getting that world tier 3 gear, that's going to be a big jump from world tier 1 and 2. Go ahead and start thinking about doing your upgrades at that point, and it's just going to be a little bit better. You're not going to waste some resources on some gear that you may not that's not really going to be around for you after a couple days. So that's the big one here. Before I get to the honorable mention though, if you do like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs by my birthday in August. If we do that, we're going to try to do something nice for the channel, and go ahead and do all that stuff, man. It's free. With that part of the business out of the way, last but not least, honorable mention in this, outside of the tooltip compare and tooltip info, this is probably the most important one. Enjoy the story, enjoy the game, especially if you're new to Diablo. If you never played Diablo, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, even Diablo Immortal. If you've never played any Diablo game before and you're just like, you know what, hey, this game seems like it's going to be a fun game, a lot of people are liking this game, enjoy the story, watch the cutscenes, have a good time with it. By all means, that is something that is fun, especially the last cutscene. If you played through the beta and we all did we all were able to do Act 1 story, so we kind of all knew what was going on there. You can go ahead and skip those cutscenes. That's not a big deal. But after that, feel free to watch the cutscenes. They're fun. They're really good. The voice acting is done very well in this game. And then if for some reason, if you want to just blast through the campaign, get right to World Tier 3, I would still advise the very last cutscene. No spoilers here, but the very last cutscene. Watch that. It's a couple minutes long, but it's like a movie. That's pretty much as far as I'm going to go into detail on it. It is very much worth watching. Um, they did an impeccable job with rendering that scene even on the low settings. It looked incredible, and the voice acting, all of the mannerisms, the renderings were all just on point. So definitely go ahead and watch that, enjoy it, have fun with the game. The game is actually really fun to play. Have your own style. If you are a barb and you want to be a face tank up close and personal, there's builds for that. If you want to run around using whirlwind, there's builds for that. If you want to be a rogue that's doing all kinds of big damage all over the place, there's builds for that as well. So by all means, check out all the different content creators for different builds, different strategies, and everything like that. And I think you're gonna enjoy Diablo 4 just like I'm enjoying Diablo 4 as well. That being said, guys, again, if you do like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next Diablo 4 video. Peace.